In this video, I want to examine why these warnings appeared and how we deal with them. So we went back and we edited the sketch for this feature and added this hole. And then when we finished, we got some warnings here. If I hover over them, it'll tell me what the problem is. Just as it says, the sketch contains dimensions or relationships to model geometry which no longer exists. This is often a problem when we go back and we edit a previous feature in the tree. It has a ripple effect to these later features. The first thing we should do when this happens is try a rebuild. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click rebuild. And that doesn't fix it, so I've expanded the feature to see if it's just a feature issue or a sketch issue. Because the warnings on the sketch, there is definitely a sketch issue. There may also be a feature issue, but first we need to correct the sketch issue. So I'm going to select the sketch and I'm going to tell it I want to edit the sketch. Then I'm going to look normal to my sketch. And the problem here is shown with these relationships. Anytime a relationship gets this kind of funny brown color on it, something's happened. You've changed the part, and where the relationship was fixed to no longer exists. So in this case, when I put the hole through, that changed the edge that I originally worked to. So I'm going to click this relationship and I'm going to push delete on my keyboard to remove it. And I'm going to do that again with this one. So any relationship that has that odd color, I'm going to have to delete and fix. I'm going to zoom back out a bit. So I want to see what happened. So I'm going to grab my entities that are blue and I can see which way they moved. So I still have my horizontal relationship back to the origin, but I've lost the relationship to the midpoint of this entity. So I can reestablish it now by right-clicking on this edge here, telling it to select the midpoint, hold Control, select this center line, release Control, and tell them I would like that coincident. So that's reestablished, and it's good. However, if I'm going to keep editing this part, what I may want to do instead is add a center line from the edge of this over here to the edge of this and make those two center lines collinear. So let's go back and look normal too. To do that, I'm going to select this relationship I just added, the coincident, and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to need to do it twice. So now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to add a center line. I'm going to wait till I get the center here. I'm going to come down and I'll get the center here. I'm going to push escape. Now I'm going to grab this and I'm going to try and drag it off. So I'll grab this center point and I'll move it a little bit just to make it easier to see. So I'll select this center line. I'm going to hold Control, select this center line, and I'm going to make those two center lines collinear, which will also fully define my sketch. I'll exit the sketch. I'll go back to the isometric view and I can see my warnings are now cleared up in both the feature and the sketch. So I should save my work and continue from there. And before we save, we always rebuild.